Welcome to Analog to Stereo. I am one of your hosts, Joshua Toast, and I am with
Axion 2 or Dean, whichever one suits you better.
And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a Dungeon Themes tier list, but so it didn't get too out of hand, we're just going to do games what we've talked about in previous episodes, and just see how they fare against each other. And I did have a little bit of criteria, but I wanted to see how you was ranking stuff.
So I've basically just gone off the games themselves, like a little bit of it is song composition and stuff like that, but a lot of it was just more of which one I preferred over the next game.
Yeah.
So I have got a little bit more biased in this one, because obviously there will be a couple of games which you already know where they're going. But then I have also factored into like how many dungeons or because some of the games in the list have like one dungeon, one or two dungeons,
or it's the other way around where they've got tons of dungeons and only like one or two songs.
Yeah. So that's has had a factor, but we've had also not included some of the games we have talked about.
Yeah, so well, just to go back to the criteria, one thing what I didn't put anything in ARS tier if it didn't sound eerie, or do you know, if it didn't sound like a dungeon theme, like a stereotypical one. That makes sense. It'll probably when I rank stuff in a bit, it might make more sense, but
I don't think all dungeons have to be eerie though.
Yeah, because I had
because you've got to fit like there's some games which are based in forests.
Yeah.
You're not really dealing with the dead. It's more like fairies and tree spirits. Or...
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, we'll come to it when we come to it. But so, for some reason, I become a bit obsessed. I wanted to try and get Swoosh, Sword and Shield, for those who don't know, into the list. So I actually went to Reddit after asking you, because you was just like, you might be stretching that a bit there. So I asked Reddit, and most people agreed they were just very linear forests and caves, so you couldn't add them into a dungeon list. So in the end, I was going for like,
I suppose like the closest Pokemon's ever got to like a true dungeon.
I think the old game
was
quite a lot, really.
Red, Blue, Yellow with Team Rocket's base.
Yeah, but even some like, if it's like a large cave, not just like a pass-through cave, if it's like a massive cave, I still think they kind of count. Like I think of it more as like a gaming trope more than an actual dungeon. Because if it was a dungeon, like the actual definition of a dungeon is just the bottom, like underneath a castle, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just seen it more as a trope at the end. But so if I say certain songs and you're like,
yeah, I have a feeling that is going to happen.
But I did take some off as well.
So I'm the one who curated the list and what order we're talking about them. So we talked to each other, figured out what games were included, what games are being left out, and then I put it on just a random reel and just picked from there. And I will say, I am surprised of how well it turned out.
Oh, yeah, we said that, yeah. Because there's quite a lot of Final Fantasy, and we was like, I can't believe they're not just like all Final Fantasies and then just the odd game at the end.
It turned out actually really nice.
We did exclude FF11 and 16.
Yeah.
16 is similar to the Pokemon games, really, because we also excluded Scarlet and Violet just because Area Zero can kind of... Yeah, you could kind of stretch it to be a dungeon.
Especially the first time you go there.
Yeah, but it's still, even though there's a couple of bits where you can get lost, it's still, you just go in a straight line. There's no puzzle. Like, I was including, like, you have to have, like, maybe puzzles and...
Well, normally a dungeon does have
mini
puzzles.
bosses and...
Yeah.
There was loads of different criteria, and I think Scarlet and Violet had a low amount of them.
And
16... quite a lot.
And I said we shouldn't do 11 because the amount of dungeon themes there are, and we're not going to sit and listen through all of them. So, like, for 14, we've included because, one, I've played it for 10 years now, so it's fairly, I can sort of explain things as Josh was looking into it. And there's a lot more resources on YouTube and stuff for dungeon themes for 14.
Yeah, it was 11 as well. I did read a lot where even people on Reddit was like saying there isn't any dungeons in it.
So it's just open world. So you just walk. So
that was
with
that was the reason I agreed with that.
For 14, it's all the dungeons are instant. So you go into your little menu, you click the dungeon you want, you press it, you wait to get your party if you're doing multiplayer, and then you get teleported to the inside the dungeon. While with 11, there's nothing like that. You just walk into it, and it's normally just like down a little slope or something, and then you're into the dungeon. So one of my criteria is a dungeon has to be instance.
Yeah, like in like I think you said like a separate.
Yeah, so like you have the world map,
you said it,
and it's like a separate loading screen.
Yeah, but you said it in a certain way.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was. Let me see if I wrote it down just to make. It did make sense how you worded it.
So there are a few games I reckon that do stretch it a little bit.
Yeah, it was gonna anyway, but it keeps it a bit more entertaining, doesn't it? So.
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, a self-contained area.
Oh yeah,
I like that. We did. As we was going through, we tried to remember every game what we talked about, and I think in the end we'd forgotten about. I think I've got about 8 games wrote down, but I think there's more.
But we're not going to get through the full list. This is going to be like the Final Fantasy one, where we will just do it every so often, and go over it, because over the time we might add games and then realise, well, that game should be lower, and it's the same with the Final Fantasy when we started in the spin-offs.
Yeah, well, I remember you just said before about, like, you was like, oh, but yeah, is that better than that game? I actually started doing that today when I was listening to them all, and I was like, oh, some of these are hard to rank. I was like, I'm hoping Dean's got a solid answer and I can work off of that.
But unfortunately, I've been a little bit busy with work, so I've not got huge in-depths. A lot of them I am going, I've got a song for each of them up to game 15, but I've not gone into a huge amount of depth this time because I've not really had the time, because work's just been an absolute bitch.
As it always is.
Yeah. But anyway, first game on the list is Zelda Ocarina of Time. So my first thoughts was
punches.
It's not great.
Yeah, so when we did, at first we was just going to pick our favourite song out of the list and then rank them. Yeah. So at first I was like, S tier. And then when we was like, yeah, but it's not really, and then we was like, yeah, we'll just talk about the other songs. I was like, should we just rank them with all the songs?
Yeah.
So yeah, it does have a lot of dead leg on it.
Yeah, like everyone knows, like the more iconic songs and stuff aren't actually the dungeon themes.
Yeah,
it's all the bits outside. Like the only one which gets mentioned to this day, not because of the music, is the water temple. Of how much it was a bitch.
I think the one that I picked for my song, so I picked the Forest Temple. And
oh, that's loud.
Oh. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh yeah, I thought it was lower than that.
Yeah, we just didn't want it to double.
But yeah, no, Forest Temple was good.
Yeah, I actually tried to look at what the instrument of that, like, do you know, like the clanging noise?
Oh yeah.
But apparently they're just samples.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's either MIDI or samples what they've mixed together. But I just love how that iconic noise it sounds something to do with like a wood instrument anyway, and with it being the Forest Temple's cool, and it just like it fits the eerie vibes, which I wanted.
Yeah,
which
no,
I was looking for.
It has got an eerie vibe.
I just like how it's all pieced together, really.
No, the composition for this one is good.
Like the Simpsons stuff is really good.
It does give you that sort of like being stuck in the forest and
Like, oh shit!
Fuck, where do I go? Because if I remember when I played this game like to completion, because I didn't do it when I was younger, I did it a bit later. I think it was the GameCube, and you got like
it was terrifying as a kid.
And
just getting to the forest temple was bad as a kid, and then you get inside and it's
yeah,
you're like, oh no! Fuck!
So my one is not that. Where's my playlist gone?
Oh no!
There it is.
Difficult.
It is the Spirit Temple.
I thought this was one of the dead legs.
Really? I really like this because it's really you was going for the more eerie vibe, while this one has got its weird eeriness.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's still eerie. I thought all the Ocarina of Time's one were eerie.
In like a little difference. I am going to fast forward it a bit.
Yeah, it does have a lot of desert vibes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's that desert vibe, but the song itself just sounds open, and that's like the creepy thing because you're like trapped inside like the temple. If I remember, it's like the
yeah, you.
Is it like the little Guago village bit, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know? I can't remember now. Actually,
Is it like you get arrested by the women?
Yeah, but I'm sure that's like the fortress. What you've got to try and get out. But there's an actual temple.
Oh
as
right.
well.
It's been a while.
It's the Guado one, the mirrors one.
Yes, it was where you get the mirror shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where you get the mirror shield.
So I'm assuming it is in some sort of tomb or pyramid or something.
But
it really should have checked it.
But because of like where it's set, having it being open and just having that is
like an opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are quite. I think pretty much all the dungeons are like claustrophobic anyway in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
By the way, this is for the music. Did we say that?
Yeah.
Well, I just thought if someone come on and they're like, "What? You put in Ocarina of Time dungeons and you're saying the shit?"
We should have really.
We needed to emphasise that.
Yeah, music.
Dungeon theme. Did I say it on the stream?
Yeah, dungeon theme.
Oh, never mind. All right, that's fine. Meltdown.
So, I could think this is a low B, high C.
Yeah, so some of the games that I was putting in C and D, because originally I had it in C, just because it was like half of it was very boring, and then I really liked Inside the Deku Tree and Ganon's Castle. Yeah, and I love the Forest Temple, so I was like, it's nearly half and half, but they have like an S tier song in there, so I was like, maybe B.
Yeah, I'm happy with B because at least every dungeon has its own theme.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have ranked some games like around that, so yeah, each one has its own unique themes. Yeah, I'll bump it up for that. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm happy with it being in a B because if you're better than Zelda Ocarina of Time music-wise, then you shouldn't be higher than a B. And if you're worse, then it's C or D, isn't it? That's how I'm looking at it anyway, it's got a few of them which they're like, oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I played through this. But then there are some where you go, oh fucking hell, what's this place?
Yeah, some of them are just like drony, eerie noises, aren't they? Like Shadow Temple.
Yeah, Shadow Temple was
alright, great.
Yeah, so Zelda Ocarina of Time, I'm happy with a B.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
Next one is Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, it was a bit. Most of it was pretty meh.
Yeah.
And I hate the moon one.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a fan of old games trying to do space music. I've realised it's like an actual thing that I don't like. So let me just check what I wrote about 4. Has I wrote anything interesting?
Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about 4.
Yeah. Oh, so I put some are okay and some are too upbeat for dungeon themes.
Yeah.
But the rest is just a bit boring.
So the song I did pick for this was Into the Darkness. I should hope so.
Yeah, I have actually wrote down D, but I don't know if D is too harsh.
D is very harsh.
Or maybe C.
I'm happy with a C. Wait, this is the meme. I don't know if this gameplay corresponds.
I also listened to the original version of FF4, and I also listened to the DS one, and it was quite weird because some of the DS ones were more annoying than the original one.
Yeah.
And some of them were okay on the DS one, they're annoying on the old ones. It was pretty weird. So I reckon if you mix and matched them, you could make it like...
Make it good.
Yeah. Because some of the older games are quite pacing and it can get grating after a bit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes on the newer games, they either fix it or they change it too much that it sucks. Well, there's loads of games that do that when they remake them.
And then yours was Tower of Zot.
Okay.
No, it is a good pick.
Yeah, there's a lot of like marchy sort of military sounding songs in FF4, which I think I did. I'm not sure if I actually rated it more when we did the tier list. I can't really remember, but
I think you did.
I didn't dislike FF4. I just like compared to others and stuff like that, I was just a bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, good time to segue to the next game.
What the hell's happened here?
Oh no! Not because we're all robbing the internet.
No, there we go. Oh. Why does my... That's an interesting one. I think that window's broke.
Just close it.
So, what I'll do... Actually, no, best not. I'll do this.
Going on stream.
No, this isn't. It's just this screen.
Right. With us on it.
Yeah. No, I need to change profile, so I need a new window. Sorry about this, technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll cut this out, the YouTube one. Oh, that was another thing what we was going to say. If you comment during the stream a game what you think you'd like us to rate the dungeon themes in it, we'll either do it next time, or if it's a game what we really know, then you might be lucky and we might be able to squeeze it in. And if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, do the same and we'll try and get it in next time.
Right, got that. So where were we thinking? I'm happy with a C for 4.
Yeah, I'll go C.
Because it's definitely... Yeah, they've all got their own themes and everything, but not great.
Yeah, there's nothing what's like mind-blowing. Just very bog standard.
So if it's bog standard, it should really be B, but I don't think it is bog. I think it's a little bit lower.
Yeah. So next up is Final Fantasy IX.
So, this game is fantastic.
I had a weird relationship with these dungeon themes, so I really struggled at the start to get a list, but I'll just give a little disclaimer. The other week I started using ChatShitGPT, and I tell you what, it was absolutely amazing when I first started using it. I started using it when I was researching for the Sonic Crossworlds episode, and then I realised it had lied. So that's where it got its name from. So after that, I only use it for like, you know, just certain things where I'd have to research a long time, and then I always end up like double checking it now anyway. So it's basically just like hoping for a shortcut, but it doesn't always work out. So I couldn't get a list of dungeon themes for FF9, so obviously I had to do it myself. Thanks, GPT. And so there's a lot of dungeons what use multiple themes, what I realised with 9.
Yeah.
Until you get to like certain areas. So basically in the end I just put the certain areas together.
See, I really like them using the themes from the other songs.
Yeah, but they're not dungeon themes then, though, are they? That's the way That's the way I thought of it.
If they change it up enough, then yeah. If they're just using it as a motif, that's fine.
So I think the list I had for this was the forest one. I can't remember exactly what it's called. The ice cavern. Both of I'm not massive fan of ice caverns. A bit boring. I do like the forest one, but it's massively outshone at the time by like I think it goes through like 3 battle themes, the boss battle theme. Near enough everyone's theme plays at some point during that bit. So it just gets outshone, it just gets left behind massively. But the further into the game I got, I think I listened to Gargan Rue and Fossil Rue and is it Memoria, the last dungeon?
Yeah.
So Gargan Rue I loved, and I love it because it's like classic Final Fantasy mixed in with like I didn't have a better way to explain it, like the jokey sound of FF9.
No, yeah.
Like the comical sound sort of thing. It's like that mixed together, but it's not annoying.
It's like they asked Steiner to make a dungeon theme.
So I was going to pick it, but I thought I'm going to have to pick a serious one. So I ended up picking Fossil Rue in the end. I can't remember if we got... Also, another disclaimer is some games in the past we've been fine on Twitch, but we have been copyrighted on YouTube and Spotify. So them games, one of them I've got a cover, I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
But 2 of them I couldn't, so we're just going to play them and not say anything, and then I can edit them out before we put them on YouTube. So I'm not even risking it. I think one video I had to edit about 7 times before it let me put it through. So I think FF9 was fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just loved all like the weird flutes and stuff that's in this bit, because it's when you cross over from Mist. What are the 2 worlds called? One's called Mist.
Yeah, which is the underneath one. What's it now?
But basically, this is the dungeon theme for when you cross through to the other one. I can't remember now, but
yeah. So mine, you can go.
I spoil yours.
A little bit. Is Memoria.
I didn't talk about Memoria, so that's fine. At least I talked about Gargan Rue then.
So Memoria is an amazing dungeon. I love it to pieces. It's all the characters' bits of memories, all interlinking and showing like all the way through. These characters were always a lot closer than you thought. Like they try to point out in the game, but they don't do a great example of everyone's got a connection to someone.
Yeah.
And this one is just like so somber with like a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII in there, through like the strings and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like a nice little, because it is Memoria, which is like memory, isn't it? A place of memory. And yeah, again, at some points it uses little snippets of themes in there, and it's just such a good dungeon theme.
So what did you rank it then?
Low S, high A.
So I had it in D tier at first when I was just what I was first saying. But obviously, once I realised it did have loads of sick ones, have I even changed it?
I should fucking hope so.
Oh, thanks, Josh. You didn't even write it down. So I reckon A. I'd say A, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm happy with an A for 9.
But, like we said, it might go up or down, you don't know.
Yeah, it might go down, it depends.
I was debating this next game and another game to do them first, just because they were so easy. The next game is Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, I don't think you need me to tell you where I'm placing it.
So, I thought, seeing as last time I just put it in B, and then I just let you glaze over it, really. Yep. I thought... I actually listened to... Somebody had kindly made a playlist on YouTube of Final Fantasy XIV Dungeons.
So this is what I mean by resources out there.
So everyone what I liked, I was like, is this a dungeon theme? And you're like, yeah. I was like, all right, nice.
I had to explain to him what the hard versions of Dungeons were. So I'm like, oh, God.
At least I asked, and at least you answered, so...
Can I take a prediction?
No.
Of what your song is?
Well, I think I've already asked you about it, so...
No, you haven't.
Oh.
You just went, oh, well, I know you said it was a hard dungeon. And I was like, right, okay. I was like, right, what songs will Josh have listened to, which are bangers? And the ones which came up was Ambador Keep, which is the one with Diablo in it.
Right.
That's the final boss.
I will say now, before you list loads of stuff, I just listened to him whilst I was at work.
Father Sirius.
Yeah, that's the one.
I was there like...
But the hard mode one.
Yeah, I was there like, he's probably not heard Ambador Keep, because...
Maybe, but there was a lot of them what had been... So the playlist, there was loads what were blacked out.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm assuming they've been removed for some reason or another. But so I think I ended up listening. I reckon it was about 40. There's fucking shitloads.
Yeah.
So it's basically there's a dungeon theme for every single scenario. One of the nitpicks what I did have with the FF tier list was that I wasn't a massive fan of some of the singing songs, and I only came across 2 maybe, but there was like grunge rock.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought if you're going to do a band song for a dungeon, the genre what you want to do, or one of the genres is grunge.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a metal one maybe.
Yeah.
So even them I really like. So yeah, it's just basically there's just a song for everything.
So the one reason why I've played Final Fantasy XIV for so long is because of the music. Every expansion has... pretty much, I'd say about 40% of them are absolute fucking bangers. That's cross raids, dungeons, main scenario. Obviously, the opening song, like the big songs, are always fantastic. And there's just... the dungeon themes are so good. I think there's like a couple... which I'm tired of because I've heard that often. I'm just a bit like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's not.
But that's not the game's fault. Yeah, that's just an MMO problem. But yeah, so you picked Farah Sirius.
Yes, I picked this. I love it's got like a choir. Well, obviously you better hear it, but it uses like a choir, but it's it's like very church sounding choir, maybe like angelic if you'd call it that, but it sounds haunting as well.
Yeah.
And then it mixes in at different points, like percussion. There's like an orchestra. I'm not sure if it's like a quartet or something, because it's like you could just hear strings mainly. And then there's like an a cappella bit in it as well. I was like, fuck me, this has got everything in it. I was like, this is sick.
No, so...
Fuck!
Luckily enough, this dungeon I've not played too often. But I do remember the first time I did this dungeon in the game, and it is one of those of going, oh, it's so nice. While you start absolutely murdering everything, wall-to-wall pulls, and you just sat like, oh, this is peaceful. Oh. But yeah, this dungeon is, I think, one of the big points, like big story points in A Realm Reborn. I'd say it was A Realm Reborn, because some of the hard versions of dungeons came out in Heavensward, and I can't remember if this did, but I'm sure this was A Realm Reborn. So, and this dungeon just keeps the music, and it just builds and builds.
Sick, but it like swaps, it shuffles through it. Really, it's really good. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
That's like I actually thought to myself, I was like, this is so awesome. Is this just the boss theme? I was like, is this a boss theme?
No.
Like, oh no, it's a dungeon.
So it shows you from 1 minute 43 is the most replayed. But yeah,
because of this bit.
it does just keep building up. So, my pick for this is something completely different from yours. So mine is from the latest expansion, Dawnbringers. I will say, worst expansion, but they've still kept music good. The music's still solid, and mine is from the Vanguard dungeon, which is when you're crossing into Alexandria. And the dungeon before Alexandria's bit.
And the length of these songs as well is like, they're fucking massive.
Yeah. Well, you've got to remember each dungeon's probably about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we probably just thought, we'll just fill it with song.
So this was one of the dungeons where I literally just sort of, because I normally play about 50% volume. For this one, I heard the first few notes and went, Max! Because it's got like a techno Dynasty Warriors beat.
Yeah, I remember what I think the last time I watched you, I was like, "This Final Fantasy 14." I was like, "Whoa, it's well futuristic."
So yeah, as you cross in this dungeon, it's just got like that Dynasty Warriors guitar behind it. With,
yeah.
with like the techno beat behind it. And it's just there like, let's fucking go! I'm gonna kill everyone! And I absolutely farmed this dungeon for the gear pieces for my glamour, for my character, so my character can always just look like that. This is the glamour of it, it's sick. Proper like sci-fi, cyberpunk sort of design, with like little LED lights everywhere, headphones. I'm just like, I need this glamour. I need it.
Yeah, definitely. This was an easy one, like I said. I was debating whether us do this first, so it would set the bar. I went straight S tier.
Yeah, mine's straight S.
I think I actually messaged you. I think I listened to that playlist for so long, and then I was just like, I don't think I need to waste any more time on it. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, I just thought I can move on to something else. Because I was just like, yeah, this is all shit hot.
Like, as I said, there are a couple of them which are a bit sleep-inducing. But...
Well, I didn't come across any of them. Anyway,
well, no, because the ones you listen to would be all the best ones. But yeah, like you could have gone down the meme option as well of putting the twinning on, which is the one dungeon theme that got meme to hell and back. And a couple of others. Oh shit, was it Under the Deep Water or something? Which was one of the End War. No, Shadowbringer stuff. Shadowbringer also had fucking tons of dungeons. Dawn Trail had the Tower of Zot remake.
Oh right. That's cool.
So like, so what they've started to do in recent expansions is base them around. Well, they've been loosely based around another Final Fantasy game.
Right.
However, with Dawn Trail, they took we're just going to do 9. We are just going to do 9 and throw in some 4 shit there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay.
A bad mix. So yeah.
That's probably one of the easiest games we've come across. Next one is 6. Yet again, in our Final Fantasy ranking, this was S tier.
Yeah, so I actually picked a dungeon theme last time, so I picked it's called the Devil Lab in some places and the Magitech Laboratory or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So this time, even though I would pick that song because it's amazing, I went for a different one this time. I went for Phantom Train.
Oh, right. It was very close then.
I was debating whether to pick is there something like the sunken? I can't
Yeah,
remember what
yeah,
it's called now, but that all like literally every single one I liked.
Yeah, all the dungeon themes are where I
I
like.
picked the Phantom Train one because it starts off and it's just got the clattering sounds of the train at the start.
Yeah.
And then slowly it mixes in. I think it's like a harpsichord or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
And that just creeps in a little bit. The train noise stops, and then some horns come through. But on the SNES, with some of the horns, they can be like really piercing, and they're just at the level where it's like just a bit low and a bit like moody. So it really it went to my eerie dungeon theme criteria. I just loved it, and that was my pick.
Oh, this dungeon was so fun to go through.
And then after I put this into the playlist today, I watched a video of somebody suplexing a train.
Yep.
Apparently they patched it out of the Pixel remake.
Oh, no, they didn't.
All right.
No, people were saying, I hope they don't. Because it was so funny just to go, ah!
And then for some reason a video come up and it said, the evolution of suplexing trains in Final Fantasy games. I was just like, what?
Also, this is a fighting 14 as well. This is one of the raids.
Oh, what a good pick.
But no.
We had some good source material in 14.
Oh, yeah. So the one I picked is Phantom Forest.
There you go, close. This was another great one.
And I realised when I was listening to this, I just really like forest dungeons. Yeah,
And they were all
so
just behind FF14 Squire.
Yep. Squire. No, 100%. I still feel like 6 is probably one of the best Final Fantasy games for music.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best soundtracks going.
It's just so iconic.
I think the only people who wouldn't say that are people who either haven't played it or looked into it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I feel like I've played the intro to FF6 about 40 times. And then I feel like I've only got so far through it once. So I might just buy it on the PS5 and just stream it.
Hey, just get the Pixel one.
Yeah. So I'll definitely be doing that at some point.
Don't blame you. What's the next game?
Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, again, one of the JRPG's greatest gems.
Yeah.
What did you think of the dungeon themes?
Overall, when we did the Dreamcast episode, one of the points what I made was that I really liked the dungeon themes. So the whole soundtrack of Skies of Arcadia, the battle themes are really fast paced and they're really energetic. You have the pirate themes what are a little bit cheeky and then you had the dungeon themes what gelled really well with it because they was so airy and dark. But just as a solid piece, I liked it that every dungeon had its own theme, so I did give it a bonus point for that.
Yeah.
And at first, I put it in A at first. I really liked them, but then the more I listened to other games, I was like, yeah, it's definitely not A. And in the end, it reminded me more of the boring ones from Legend of Zelda. Maybe a little bit better, but it's no way near as good as the best ones from Ocarina of Time.
So we have a ranking list at the minute. The only A we've got is 9, and no, I can't see it being. It's not on 9's level, but the one I did pick was Ancient Temple Dungeon.
Sorry.
Josh trying to break my phone.
Sorry.
Yet again, this one was very simple, and it has like a quite like eerie happiness to it.
Yeah, this was a good one. I did like I say, I really did like them, but yeah, maybe it's just because I listened to them in a row and they just become like a blob sort of thing.
Also, how he grips his sword on the hilt really winds me up. He's got a handle in your dick.
Also, on the play, I made like a Dungeons playlist, and after Skies of Arcadia, I had my pick for Final Fantasy XIV, so maybe that hurt it as well.
But yeah, for this one, I just picked it because it's so simple and calm, but then it's still got that, like, you can tell something ancient lives here, or something ancient used to live here, and it felt like more of like a Tomb Raider sort of.
Yeah. They are very fitting, I will give it that. I can't remember what song I picked, but like I say, they are all quite similar.
Dungeon Cave. Huh. Oh, I nearly picked this one myself. Yeah, again, it's very simple.
Yeah. And I will say, I've watched playthroughs, but you do and you don't really pick up on some of the songs. So maybe if I win the lottery and I can buy this game. Actually, saying that, I was just going to say the GameCube version's not too bad, but I think that's still quite expensive.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll play the game and I will be obsessed as everybody else is with this who plays it.
Oh, it's such a
and maybe it'll go up. So like we say, this is going to be a live tier list, so it might even chop and change in the future.
Yeah. I 100% think it will.
But I think for now, I'm either low B or high C.
I don't think we will go in C.
It's definitely not better than Ocarina of Time, in my opinion.
I don't think it is. I was going high B a little way. Well, that means B. But yeah, all the dungeon themes in it are fairly simple.
Just with Ocarina of Time having bangers in it, which Skies of Arcadia doesn't, I don't think. I realise that SOA's carried a little bit by the battle themes and the pirate themes and the overworld themes.
Yeah, but I suppose...
So if it was...
You do spend probably 10% of the game in a dungeon, like in dungeons.
Yeah. Like I say, if it was the full soundtrack, it'd be way up there. But with it just literally being the dungeons, that's why I placed it there.
Yeah, for me, I enjoyed it a bit better than Zelda. There was a bit more character to it and everything, but I am happy with it to be. That's where I did originally place it. But the next one is probably one of them where we definitely stretched it a little bit for dungeons, which is Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturnal. Because they are dungeons, but
they fit the trope of a dungeon in a game anyway. In my opinion.
So for those who don't know, Shin Megami Tensei is the original Atlas game, which Persona span off from. It's all about, instead of like being with a group of friends saving the world, it's you are in Nocturnal is you are the demi-fiend. You are a mix of a human and a demon, and your team party is other demons. And you're going through Japan, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, it's basically the end. Is it the apocalypse they call it?
I think it might be the apocalypse.
Or the joining, or I can't remember. They call it different in each game, but basically it's the end of the world.
So in this one you don't have human party members, because even Dante and Raiden class as demons in it. So nope, they don't count. And I'm not sure if there is a way of getting humans. I don't know if that's a mod or something, but
I'm not sure. I didn't get that far. I've not got that far yet. So when it came to the dungeons,
It's only like 2.
Yeah, so I ended up counting the medical center at the start.
Okay.
It plays like a dungeon. You can get lost in it. There's boss battles. There's puzzles in it.
Yeah.
And it had the eeriness to it, but it's not the most exciting theme. I counted the mannequin warehouse, even though that's just weird. And some people didn't count it.
I didn't count the mannequin warehouse.
And then the main 2 dungeons, so you have the
Amala
Network, that's it. But so it's the same place in lore, but every time you go into it, it's basically just a different dungeon.
Yeah.
But they changed the feat. They add like a little bit to the music every time you go back in, which I thought was cool as shit. So say like you'll have the first time you go in, it'll just be like it's basically just like a really eerie theme. There's not too much going on, and then I think the second time you go in, it puts like a horn on it, and then the next time there's like a drum beat to it.
Yeah.
So every time it builds up and builds up. I really like that. And then the final dungeon, I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember what it's called.
Labyrinth of Amala.
Oh, yeah. That'll be it. So it's a similar thing where it has like 4 or 5 different versions of it. So I really liked that how it did that.
Also, this is a hard game.
Yeah, it was quite hard to rank as well because
at first
See,
I had to knock it down a place because of the amount of dungeons. It's not low. I only counted 2.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I say, you go into the Amala Network 5 times, so there are technically 5 different dungeons. And somebody put a list on it. It had like 20 dungeons on it. I was like, but all it had was pictures, so I couldn't really.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was just answering underneath. I was like, but I couldn't work out what the pictures were.
So you picked the 5th Kalpa.
It's just the last one with all the different noises added into it.
Oh yeah, you heard this song so much.
Yeah, so that was just my pick. Like I say, I liked that. It adds to it. I did some of like the other games that I counted. Not games. Some of the other dungeons, but I counted because you do a lot of backtracking and you can get lost quite easy, or you get stuck being under level, blah blah blah. So some of them I ended up cringing a little bit to. Yeah, like I say, the main 2 dungeons, I just like how they add to it.
So I feel like I picked... Oh, normal battle. Whoops. I didn't read that. Give me 2 seconds. Oh no, it was SMT 3 Amala Labyrinth theme.
Is that not what I put on?
I picked a different one though.
Or did you put the temple one on?
No, first movement.
So it's just that's like the basic one where it's still in area.
Yeah, so this was like the first movement of first Kalpa, and it's just so nice, but it's that eeriness, and at the start of the game you don't want things to be too intense or anything like that because it's not a horror game. It sets
pretty freaky though.
It does set the scene though really well of the music pressing down on you and going, oh shit, this is going to be hard.
You can get lost as well while you're in there. So basically you'll have you're running through it. It's sort of like it's like a weird network that connects all the places in the game.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, it's like a cyber sort of like. How would you describe it?
Let me just put this on first.
It's just weird anyway. But you basically run down corridors, and then it'll count it as you're going into another room. And then sometimes it'll loop you back to where you started, and you're just like, ah. So you end up running around for ages, and I was the last time I played, I was massively under level, so I had to grind in there. And I was just like, oh.
Sweet. Yeah, so I put it in high C.
Yeah, I had it in C.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. It's not better than Skies, it's not better than Zelda, but it is better than 4.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So next one is 10.
Right, so this is a copyright one. So hopefully the covers will cover our ass.
Hopefully. We will shout out the channel as well. Because it's only fair.
Yeah, why not?
But 10 we've talked about a couple of times now on the channel.
Oh, we have actually.
And I hate the game but love the music. I do feel like it's one of the stronger ones for music.
How many different themes did you have for this? I had 3. I had the underwater ruins, Jose Temple or Jose Temple, something like that, and then I had the Trials theme.
So for me, it was Inside Sin.
I missed that one.
What was the other one I had? There was another one which I think was a like dungeon as well. But I think they're the only 2 which really stuck out for me. But then again, I didn't have time to check them all out. I only had to listen, got a chance to listen to about 4 of like each game, unless they were small. Like 14 required no prep time. I was like that one.
That'll do.
But the other ones I could only listen to about 3 or something. So I'll go through mine quickly. And mine is Pursuit, which is Inside of Sin. And this is the cover by Sippy Oscar Music. So they've made it a bit more Japanesey, like with the instruments, but the core's still there. And I have got the proper one on the list as well, so I need to make sure I don't press that. But I just like it because it's just weird, and obviously you're inside Sin.
I'll have to listen to that.
It's got good build up. It's well rounded. It's got a bit of eeriness in there, and it's got a nice little tempo as well, which makes you want to rush. And
yeah, so I'd actually wrote that. Obviously, I only thought it was free for 10, so I actually wrote that. Didn't have many in it, but the one that I picked carries hard. I think. I love. I picked the Trials theme. Oyster Trials.
Oh, this is just from Final Fantasy and chill.
Yeah, it was the only one I found what was different. There was too many what was like on the nose, and I thought they're just gonna flag. So yeah, I just got like it's similar-ish, but it is a little bit chill. But so the proper one, it's really creepy. And it uses like strange instruments, but it's not annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought it really carried it compared to the other ones. Let's just double check.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I just heard a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a classic Final Fantasy dungeon sound. I just thought it carried the rest. The rest are okay, but they're a bit meh.
Bit meh.
Yeah, nothing too exciting.
So, B.
Yeah, I was floating B.
I think a B. Even though I love the rest of the soundtrack, I think this went high A. The Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it did quite well. Yeah.
But yeah. Again, we don't need to talk about it too much because we've talked about it in the Final Fantasy tier and the PS2 one, I believe. So the next game is Zelda Majora's Mask. This one was fucking weird.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not great
it's
either.
not the best. I think there's 5 dungeon themes.
Yeah, you've got the Great Bay.
Great Bay inside There's the forest one.
There's the ice.
The ice one. There's 2 for the stone one.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another one. But yeah, the one. Obviously, I like the one what I picked, and I like the other one because it has 2. And
2 means better.
Yeah. And then 2 of them I thought was very boring.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot going on. And then the forest one is okay, but it gets quite annoying after a bit.
Yeah. Well, I found a lot of them are just annoying. Yeah. So I picked the one which is the least annoying. Ancient Castle of Arcana.
So, yeah, it did have. Oh, so I guess a couple. I picked the Stone Temple one anyway.
But yeah, this one's just that like military-esque beat, which is very strange for a Zelda, but it just works. Especially with like Majora's Mask setting, with how creepy everything is in general anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just got that nice little thing, and it's also like weirdly uplifting. Of like hope. Well, I guess in Zelda's case, in Link's case, it'd be courage.
That's true. I did think that overall, Majora's Mask is better than the worst of Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
Nowhere near like the best ones of Ocarina. So.
Is it just the normal one you picked?
Yeah. So once you get so far into it, you basically do an upside down version and it changes, which I did think was quite cool that it changes the music. But yeah, I did think it was quite iconic, this dungeon theme actually. It was just let down by the other ones.
Yeah.
So obviously I think if it was just this, saying that, if we ranked it off just the songs, just one song, it would just been A&S's, wouldn't it really?
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah. But we've got to rate on the whole package, so and
I've gone CRD.
Oh, yeah.
There's just too many annoying ones. Or boring ones.
Yeah, I agree.
With 2 or 3 okay ones.
I agree. I do think it is about there. Well, we've got a couple of Final Fantasy games. So next is 12. Ooh. 12's always been a weird one for me because, like, I never really got into it, and I've tried playing it again when I was older and still couldn't get into it. I know it's like all different of the Gambit system of like telling you AIs what they can do and what they can't do. Yeah. It's a lot more menu heavy than the others, even though a lot of the older Final Fantasies are already menu heavy. But the music wise, it's all samey.
Yeah, it definitely is. I did like that. I think I seen somebody put a list on, and I think it was like 16 dungeons, and nobody argued with them that any of them wasn't a dungeon. So I was like, oh, there's my list. So I think in the soundtrack, I think there was like 8 or 9 songs from the dungeons. Yeah. So I think one dungeon had like I think 2 dungeons had unique ones, and there was a couple that shared the odd one, and then there was like a group that had like the rest. So they were like spread out differently. So some were really unique, and some were. I did like that. But one thing I did note, because I have played the game, is that the battle theme plays so much that I didn't really recognise any of these themes from when I when I first listened to it. I was just like, I don't really recognise any of these. Yeah. Because I remember thinking the dungeon theme was just like there was just one dungeon theme, but I must have remembered the battle theme really. So I did rate it down for that.
Yeah. So the one I picked was the Salika Rug.
Oh, I nearly picked that.
Yeah, again, another voice.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't pick the Forest Temple for Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
No.
That'd be well funny.
Again, Square always managed to do a good dungeon around forests. and this is more of the same, that openness and eeriness of being. And if I remember correctly, I think I got up to this point or just after it.
Yeah, I think you said you just left the village last time we talked about.
Yeah, so I might have got past here into the next cave and then realised I was underleveled and then just went, right, fuck this game. But yeah, again, it's does the job of that creepy choir. And
every one of the dungeon themes did fit the setting, I thought.
Yeah.
Like there's somewhat like deserty or like tombey sounding ones, there's like the foresty ones. I think both the forest ones had their own theme.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So yeah, I did like that. Like you say, it's there's like the orchestrated and the horn bits, what seems to be in every single FF12 song, which makes them sound samey.
But yeah, so that's my pick. Yet again, another one. You picked the Zertian Cavern.
Oh, just realised I think we'll get away with playing 12.
Oh well, it's too late now. Yeah, it's a bit late now. It should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just picked it because of how, like, it's very creepy. But yeah, other than what's been said, there's not.
It's not
a massive amount. It's FF12.
We can't really say much about it because we've not finished it.
I did actually play quite a lot, but it was years ago. Like I say, I just remember the battle theme.
Yeah. So I think I put this BC.
Yeah, I was around the same.
So the question is it as good as Skies of Arcadia, or is it as good as Nocturne?
I think it's very similar to Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
So just behind Skies of Arcadia.
I agree. As I said, yeah, looking at this list, it can't go any higher.
Yeah.
Next is FF1, the originator.
I was trying to think what that was.
So, I think we said this in the Final Fantasy tier list. This is a lot of the motifs of what will be coming in the future for Final Fantasy.
I just put the OG, the big dog. It was the NES one. I think there was two what was on the NES.
Yeah, I just put the NES dungeon theme on because it's one of those of
the classics.
The classic.
It has multiple dungeon themes as well for an NES game. So all the following games, you had no excuse. This is from the 80s. Sort it out. And they're all bangers as well. You could pick any, and they're all bangers. They're all like eerie and creepy. And well, to be fair, if I played any of the NES games what had dungeons and they used to always proper shit myself. And they're probably due to the music and just like, what's going on? Help! I'm scared. So yeah, I love it. Classic.
And then you pick Sunken
Shrine. Beautiful. A lot more melodic than the dungeon theme, but still sort of got the creepiness, like the eeriness to it.
I forgot about this one. This dungeon.
But yeah, I just loved it. And it sounds sick. The more modern game, what you listen to, you're like, oh.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was listening to, I think FF1's got loads of versions.
Yeah,
It's got like the NES one. I think there's a Super Nintendo one, maybe. There's a PS1 one. There's the Pixel remaster. There's multiple like, live versions and orchestrated versions. And just if you want to listen to any version of any Final Fantasy 1 song, there is a version of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I went S tier.
Oh, I went A. Is it better than 9?
Definitely not better than 6.
No.
I
High A?
feel like I feel like the more catchy in Final Fantasy 1, the more recognisable and...
Come on then, you've won me over. You've won me over. The next game.
No. SMT5.
Oh.
So at first we didn't think this game had any dungeons in it, and then I think that's it. I think I found a Reddit post and people are trying to stretch that the DAT, is it you call them?
That, yeah.
That they was open dungeons. I was like, no.
Open world dungeons.
If we start adding them in, then we've got to add like Monster Hunter and any game that's a dungeon crawler. And I was just like, no, it'll just open a massive can of worms. So in the end, there's loads of different names for the same place as well, which was annoying. So I think one was the Temple of the God.
Yeah.
And the other one was like some Emperor or something like that. And then some people counted when the high school's been taken over.
Oh, yeah.
So I did actually add that into it.
Yeah, it's a self-contained area for a limited time.
Yeah, it plays like you can get lost in it.
Yeah, it's like a mini dungeon.
Yeah.
So I personally would count it. But we've talked about this game pretty much every episode.
No, we did drop it for a couple. I think once I had stopped playing it, it was going to be like a running commentary, but then once I started dying a lot.
I've not touched it for a while, to be fair, because I'm still stuck on that fucking boss. I know, but it's one of those of I need to go and grind, but I'm just sort of like, I've not got time to grind anymore.
Yeah.
Just fucking hurry up. Just let me do it. I do want to finish it though, but it's just trying to find time. Hopefully work closes down for a couple of months.
Nice. So yeah, I just put the game is similar to Skies. The game's heavily carried by the battle themes and like the overworld themes. Because if that did count, it probably would go quite high.
Yeah.
But just with the dungeons, they was quite generic. I have wrote in my notes that when I finally get to them, my mind might change and I might be like, wow, that tune is amazing while you're playing it. But just listening to them, they are quite nice, but they're just a slight bit like bit generic.
So the one I picked,
but they are, I don't know, at
was
the same time,
Temple
really
of Eternity.
Good. I hope we've got the same one, but it's just got the different
name on it. Imagine. Very organy.
And I do like, there's like a background like a synth sort of in the background, which I do like. It just very like the same thing throughout, even though it's a 6-minute long song.
Again, it's one of those very basic ones which build up.
Yeah. Like I say, yeah, good. I wonder if I will keep playing it, and I'll see if the next time we do this, if my mind changes.
But yeah, I just really like how simple it is, and it's eerie because it doesn't sound like a Shin Megami Tensei song. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, so
it sounds too hopeful to be
too nice.
Yeah, where's the death?
Let's see if it's the same one. So I picked Temple of God. Yeah, it's the same one. You gotta love them translations.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
So I put C tier.
I agree.
They're not bad. But yeah, nothing too crazy.
Oh yeah, I agree.
C.
Oh, yeah, go on then. It's definitely better than Nocturne.
What is it better than 4?
Yeah, if Nocturne's better than 4.
Alright. This is a wild card of Dean's.
Yeah, so this was my top rated for PS1, Wild Arms, and I loved it because how they themed the whole game around that cowboy western aesthetic.
I did end up listening to some of it, obviously, whilst I was trying to figure out which dungeon themes. Stupidly, I found out what all the dungeons were. Then I looked at the dungeon themes and there was 2.
Yep.
Fuck! I just wasted so much time.
Yeah, and the one I went for was Dungeon 2, Courage.
I think I picked the same. So,
yeah,
I'll talk about the other one. The other one met my eerie criteria, but it's very boring and dull.
It's very like mechanical sci-fi, and it just didn't fit with the rest of the game.
And this one, it's like you say, it really does fit the Western theme, but I thought it was a bit too upbeat for a dungeon theme.
Well, I reckon this is going to be late on into the game. You know, maybe it's like the final dungeon or something.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like the last.
Yeah. There, that sort of thing.
So maybe,
as I said,
it might be one of them where once you play it and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because once we did the PlayStation 1 episode, I've noticed when people mention Wild Arm in like video game music comments, and I'm like, what the fuck? I literally would have never noticed that otherwise.
But yeah, this dungeon theme just gets that Western theme a little bit more correct, and it's not out of place. And as you said, it's hopeful, but I have a feeling that's because it's like near the end of the game, where it's like, come on, you can do it. Just keep fighting.
So I did rate it down because there's only 2.
Oh, yes.
And then I did rate it down because I only liked one of them. And then I rated it down because the one that I liked is very upbeat. So I ended up with D tier.
Oh. I agree with C.
Yeah, bottom of C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I agree.
Yeah, this one's an easy one.
D.
This is one that I was just just slating in advance.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy 15, a big open world game, which
so shit.
I put 100 hours just exploring. I really enjoyed it. The battle mechanics suck. The story sucks. The music sucks. But the exploration is amazing, and at the time it was amazing. I loved it.
The only good thing about the came out of this game was the multiplayer, because that was fucking well fun.
So,
but I've already told this story on when we were talking about it of how I bought this game for my own birthday, and then my ex completed it, and I was just sat there like, this game is fucking boring. Fucking hell, just shoot me. How much I hate 10, I would prefer to play 10.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's so bad.
So there's quite a lot of dungeons, and then when I was trying to look at which are the dungeon themes from the game, I think I found 2.
Yeah.
But then I heard one of them's only on low dump dungeons where you don't fight anything. I was like,
Oh, I might pick that one.
I can't remember if like, I just did it. I think I said it last time. I didn't really remember a lot of the music from FF15. Just really boring.
Oh, we picked the same one.
So that's the main one.
Yeah.
But it's just. Should we talk about it and then play it, or play it and then
talk? Oh, we'll talk,
because I think 15 will definitely flag.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. But the one I've picked, I think you've picked the same, is it's just got that whole dungeon vibe and aesthetic, and it fits.
But it gets really repetitive.
Yeah.
And it's quite annoying and boring.
Oh, just like the game. S2, it reflects the game. It's shit.
There is one dungeon where you go in with Aranea, I think she's called.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a scantily clad dragoon.
Yeah.
So that dungeon's not too bad.
And also, the fucking characters are so annoying.
Yeah.
Yes, Noctis. Yes, Noctis. Suck my dick, Noctis.
They bicker like bitches in it. It's so annoying. No. So yeah, I think this was an easy D to.
Yeah.
It's miles behind Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Maybe, say if we managed to keep this going for like a year and we've done about 5 Dungeon Tier episodes, maybe if we get so bloated, we'll do an E tier and FF15 is going in D tier, baby.
Fucking F. We'll skip it.
F, fuck you.
Oh, honestly, I just can't stand this game.
Oh, and also while I was researching this game, I ended up coming over some FF15 glaze, and I was just like, oh no, so cringy.
There's so many people who glaze this game, and I don't understand how.
Oh, it was gross.
I don't understand how you can glaze this game, because there is nothing good about it. The open world's fun. No, it's not. You can't even drive on the wrong side of the road. You can't even take shortcuts.
Yeah, but this game should have had multiple dungeon themes. It just shouldn't have had one dungeon theme. It just shot himself in the foot.
I just can't. This is the worst Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I think we put it in D last time. Such a creepy dungeon.
Oh, this is my favourite theme so far. God, because it's the only one. Yeah, really like all the soundtrack. No, you don't.
At least it reflects with how many likes they've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, say Castlevania's
Castlevania vibe. Don't you dare. God will smite you in the place you stand. Very Kingdom Hearts meets Parasite Eve, you need to burn.
Do you know what? The piano that might be right. The piano part reminds them of Find Your Way from FFA.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, enough said about that one.
Yep, moving on.
So what time did we start?
It was like five
20
minutes, weren't it?
No, it was well into it.
So we started the episode at 12 minutes in. So, well, I've only got up to Final Fantasy V, which is the next one. So
we're going to do the next one, and then we can either stop it there and then just chat about.
Yeah, we'll do 5, and then we'll just stop there, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more games, and then we're going to add to it at some point as well.
Yeah, every episode we talk about a game. If it's got dungeons in it, it's going in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we might just shuffle them again.
And you never know. Final Fantasy, if we find some really bad ones, worse than 15, you never know. We might do the impossible.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And then we'll just make an own tier with Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. 15 tier. Well, imagine if there's got to be a game out there what's going to go lower than FF15. We need to find it.
Yeah.
Help us find it.
Our new goal, find a game with worse soundtrack than 15. The only good song to come out with 15 is the copyrighted one. Florence and the Machine.
Oh yeah, I said that last time.
So
FF5.
Yeah, again, this was kind of hard.
I thought it was quite easy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, go on. We'll play them first, and then we'll talk about them.
So the one I picked was X-Def's Castle. I just really like X-Def as a villain. Thought he played the role really well.
Oh no, it's Golbez's theme what sucks.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think. I was like, is X-Def's theme rubbish? But no. Sorry. It's loading.
It's loading. There we go.
Oh, I like the music.
So this is the advanced version.
Oh, so some list had Battle on the Big Bridge as a dungeon theme.
Yeah.
I think it's used in one dungeon when you're escaping, and then it's obviously a Big Bridge theme. But in my heart of hearts, it will always be a battle theme.
Yeah.
So I excluded it. If it had that theme in it and it didn't go to S tier, I think I might have cried myself to sleep. So I excluded it from the dungeon themes.
But yeah, for X-Def's Castle, it's very like that Grandos like final battle, even though I don't think it is, but
like a build up to
yeah.
the last fight.
And this is the advanced version, let me just remind you. And even because everyone knows the GBA, the Game Boy had really shit sound.
It's a hit and miss.
But I really like this version. It's definitely got that Final Fantasy, and I feel like to get the sound they did out of the GBA, they've done really well with this song.
Yeah, maybe it gets rid of like the pacing. So
Yeah.
A lot of I think I said it last time. A lot of FF5 I found quite pacing.
Yeah.
So I picked Legend of the Deep Forest. I thought it was the most unique sounding dungeon of them all.
Yeah. Wait, we've got another forest dungeon then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if it actually wrote much about the theme. Just that I like the eerie melody, and like I say, it's unique in the game. Because I thought a lot of the other dungeons, they just had like a very bass sound, and then just like annoying horns over the top. And that was basically all I think of when I listened to the themes off this. So that's why I picked this one. I really like this one.
Yeah, it is simple.
But maybe sometimes you can't go wrong with a forest theme.
No.
You need shooting if you if you mess that up.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this one myself.
That animation was
but yeah, so where would you put it?
C, but maybe falling into D.
Yeah. Why the hell are you there?
What?
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
Next to
Yeah.
You're tainted now.
I think it's better than. I think it's low C.
Do you know what we should do? Commission somebody to make the Final Fantasy 15 dungeon theme in Majora's Mask style. Nice.
I feel like that's.
I won't
fair.
argue with that.
I feel like that's a bit more fair.
So, after what are we calling it? Dungeon theme part 1?
Yeah, Dungeon Theme Part 1.
We've got S-tier, 14, 6, and the original Final Fantasy.
S to Square.
A-tier on its own, Final Fantasy 9. B-tier, Final Fantasy 10, Ocarina of Time, Skies of Arcadia, and Final Fantasy 12. C-tier, SMT5, SMT3, Final Fantasy 4, Wild Arms, Final Fantasy 5. And in D-tier, Majora's Mask.
I really want to make a new tier.
I know. And in E-tier, Final Fantasy 15.
I'm doing it. Oh, that's this one. So you was that.
Blue because it's old.
Blue.
Nice. Sorry, not sorry.
There you go. Right, that's better.
And humanity is restored again. You stay down.
I couldn't just look at Majora's Mask with 15. I was like, no, no, we don't belong.
So the games, what we've left out.
Final Fantasy 2, 3, 13, Valkyrie Profile, FF8, Persona 4 Golden, FF7, Zelda Breath of Wild, Chrono Cross, and Lost Odyssey.
Yeah. And I was really glad at Lost Odyssey being at the end.
I didn't even do any tricks to get Lost Odyssey at the end. It generally was. It lost the 50-50 for Chrono.
So originally I think we was going to stream Monday.
Yeah.
And then, so I was flapping. I was like, I can't work out what the dungeon themes are in Lost Odyssey. And then you messaged me saying, I've done the list now. And you don't need to worry anymore. It's like, yes. So, Yeah, so let me just say what I remembered after we'd started doing the list, so it would have just been a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So there's Last Remnant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Infinite Undiscovery.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening.
Oh yeah.
We've talked about various Pokemon games, but we are going to do some Pokemon specials, so we'll probably add them after that. Fable 2 and 3, I'm not 100% sure. It does have dungeon-esque sort of places.
They don't really have puzzles in it, though.
Some of them did. But I think we'd have to look into that one.
Yeah.
And I think Astral Change you mentioned.
Yes.
I did see something saying one place acts like a dungeon, but I'm sure it was like Google AI, so...
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that one. But I think... Oh, there was Tales of Vesperia.
Oh, Vesperia. Vesperia.
But there will be other games, so...
As I said, these are just the ones which first came to mind.
Yeah, and then once we thought of other games, it was just like, do we really want to overcomplicate it?
No.
Because I think at first we had like 28 games to research, so it was just like... You know,
at least this way as well, we can pace it. So it's like, all right, this is coming up, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I think as well we'll use this episode type as if we can't think of something else to do for like a week.
So that could go because we have finished with the ranking posh. So we will talk for a little bit longer.
Next week we're gonna try and do the best of 2024.
Oh yeah,
we're not 100% how to do it yet, are we? But
no, it's so we can have a quick look. 2024 games, and we'll just go off Google because they'll just put the biggest games. COD Black Ops 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree,
Animal World,
Tekken 8, Hades 2, Persona 3. Not counting Destiny 2 because that's a expansion. 40k Space Marine 2, Helldivers, Astro, Metaphor. I'm not even saying that name. Senua Saga, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Silent Hill 2, 7 Rebirth, Stellar Blade. They're like the big ones, I think.
Yeah, I've got a few like games that I'd played, and so we was debating whether to just go through the list.
I think I know my top 5 already.
Or whether to do a top 5.
And then I can show him of who won.
Well, I know who won one of them. I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, saying that,
I think it was like the golden joystick when I see it.
Video Game Awards.
Well, we can always leave it till next week.
December 11th is the Video Game Awards.
What, for this year?
Yeah.
Alright.
I do normally stream it, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we could stream it.
Nominees coming mid-November.
What did you say?
December 11th.
A Thursday?
You've got to remember it does start about 1:30 in the morning.
I don't know.
But yeah, you've got to remember it does start about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's American.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out.
Because I normally watch it anyway. It's normally
unless
a
we
bit of fun.
just review it.
Because I genuinely... Because normally how it turns out is you know what game's going to win. Because it's all Californian... Like, this game, no, fuck off. It's not game, you prick. But yeah, so it's that. But we're gonna figure out a format.
Yeah.
For it, what works.
I think one of the winners of think it was the Game Awards of 2023. I think it was FF16 what won that year, and we wasn't very kind to FF16. So yeah, maybe our opinions will differ from the award givers.
Let's see.
But we'll see next week.
What's VGA? Golden Stick, was it?
Yeah, I think so. No, wait, it was.
Golden Stick Awards 2023. Golden Joystick.
That's the one.
2023. Yes, I agree. Whatever. Best storytelling. Baldur's. Yeah, that was the year of Baldur's Gate 3. 2023. 2023 was Baldur's Gate 3 on everything.
No, what best audio? FF16.
Oh yeah. Well, that's fucking wrong. That's awful. Oh.
Well, they got 2 awards that year, FF16.
Yeah, no, I agree with Ben Starr
Yeah.
being the performer. Best streaming game, Valorant, you can fuck off.
Oh, Sea of Stars, that's the top game. I need it. Played the demo, I was like, no, why have I played this?
So it won over Stray Gods, Hi-Fi Rush, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, Starfield, and Tears of the Kingdom. Well, I would have given it to Bomb Rush. Just because it's Jet Set Radio.
Oh, yeah.
But I get why it's not really got much competition for that year. Yeah, 16 makes sense. But yeah, I think with that we shall end.